In a push to sustain the Earth, Elon Musk has expanded his vision of what he referred to 10 years ago as the quote-unquote master plan. So joining us now with the details, at least some of them here, is Brett Molina. He's the tech editor over at USA Today. And I got to say, Brett, in his latest version of the master plan, Musk writes about renewable energy enterprises. Within this, there are solar roofs, larger vehicle product lines, bigger batteries, more functioning batteries. Talk to us about all of these different types of goals that he has.
Well, it's certainly an ambitious plan that Elon Musk has crafted for the next several years. One of the focal points is obviously Tesla, which is his electric car company. He wants to expand that beyond just sedans and the consumer vehicles to go bigger, a broader range, trucks, SUVs, even semis and buses. Just really get more of those energy efficient cars out on the road. He also wants to do more with solar energy. You know, he recently bid for Solar City for $2.8 billion. And he's looking to do what he did with electric cars, which is to get solar energy into more homes, build solar roofs with these sophisticated battery packs that can live in the home and give a resource of renewable energy for consumers. But again, it's just a very ambitious plan. The big question is going to be, you know, how quickly can he follow through with this?
Transportation and energy, certainly parts of that big Musk vision of an ecosystem. The other part I want to hit on here, of course, to stay on the car theme, is this idea that he stands by his vision of the true autonomous or self-driving car. What does true self-driving mean, and why is this such an important goal? Why is it key to Elon Musk?
Well, I think true self-driving is, you know, the car basically operates itself. There will, in the case of Musk and Tesla, there will still be a driver there that can take control at any time. This is unlike what we see with Google, where Google has the car, it doesn't even have a steering wheel or pedals, it just drives on its own. But I think that's the vision that Musk is going for, where, you know, the car operates itself. I mean, he even talks about the ability for Tesla owners to eventually use their cars and allow people to rent them. I mean, you know, that sets up the possibility of a future where the car, someone calls the car on its own goes to pick someone up, and almost like an Uber style thing, but maybe less of a role for the driver.
All right, Brett, that's important. I want to hit on that here because you laid out a couple of interesting points here. This idea that he's got this plan for Tesla that gets into like the sharing economy side of things, right? He envisions Tesla owners sharing their cars, even collecting income from this. Is this a doable thing? How much is he thinking about Tesla's bottom line? How can it actually function that way, and could it actually work in his vision?
You know, it's possible. I think it's going to be challenging because you obviously have Uber, which is the biggest competitor here in this field, and I think that is going to be a real challenge. It just really depends on how he sells this. I think obviously having this fleet of electric cars here, it gives him somewhat of an advantage. But I think that's been the big issue with Elon Musk in general, is just he has these ambitious plans, but there's no real fine detail as to exactly how is he going to get there. You know, he talks about this broad range of vehicles that he wants to produce, but you know, there are people that are still waiting for the Model 3s that just went on pre-order recently, and they're going to be waiting a long time. So you know, that's, you know, he's always been very lofty with his goals and with the ambitions that he puts forth. But the big problem has really been, you know, how close is he going to be to executing this?
Lofty goals are certainly par for the course when it comes to Elon Musk. So let's handicap this. You talked about some of these lofty goals he has. Handicap it in terms of a timeline. Are there things that you see being achieved earlier on, later on in his particular lifespan here?
I think maybe Solar City is the closest we get if that bid goes through, where we can see in a few years maybe where he makes a deeper push toward consumers and solar energy. As far as Tesla goes, I mean, the timelines have been stretched several times as far as the production of vehicles. So it could, I'm thinking it's going to be a good 10 years or so before we finally see some movement there. I mean, the big issue with that also is going to be battery production. Can they produce enough of these lithium-ion batteries to get enough of these cars out there? And then that'll be a big thing. And I think that's going to take a lot longer than people anticipate.
So it's not just the vision, but of course the infrastructure it's going to take to make all these things happen. Brett Molina, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts. Brett Molina, he's the tech editor over at USA Today. And thanks for watching. I'm Dominic Chu. Have a great day.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the I right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.